Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the Team of the Year Pedri card to check out. So it's the Team of the Year honorable mentions. We're taking a look at someone who is 5'9", high work rates, right-footed, 5-star skills with a 4-star weak foot. With Pedri, in-game, we're taking a look at someone who we are going to be giving the Shadow Chemistry style to. We're going to give him the Shadow Chemistry style because we're obviously going to be testing out a few things here and there, right? So with the Shadow, he is going to be a controlled player. Do I have any intention of making him an explosive player? No. Engine artists, I don't really want to do any of those things for a card like this. This is a card that most people are going to be using as one of 3 midfielders for sure, right? In his case, he's going to have 98 acceleration, 91 for sprint speed. He is a 5'9" player with a lean body type, so he should feel somewhat explosive in game, right? Like a very fast card when it comes to that initial acceleration. Shooting on the card is not in a good area, and I wanted to talk about that for this card because for a card like this, if you are going to be using him in your team, he has to be your attacking oriented center mid, right? So if you're playing this 4-3-2-1 formation that I will be showing you guys at some point from the pro player, you would just switch the instructions from one side to the other. And what you would do is you would give this Pedri card the Hunter chemistry style, right? Because the fact that he even has some defensive capabilities is the thing that you're going to be working with. Because on a Hunter, he's going to have pace. His shooting is going to be higher, right? And he's also going to be working with better volleys, and it's just a bunch of things that kind of matches the card a little bit more. Because on a Shadow, guys, the card is nice, but the shooting stats is kind of low. You know, you want that to be a little bit higher, especially if he's going to be your attacking-oriented player. Because, guys, you would use like for the review that you guys are going to watch for Fakir, I was using Fakir as a left center mid as the attacking oriented card. Him not having defensive stats is irrelevant because he goes into the side position anyways, right? Similar situation to Pedri. If you give him that Hunter, that's what you're going to do with him, right? But passing on the card is in a fantastic area. 91 for composure with good dribbling stats is definitely a very huge plus for this card. We'll be testing out the defensive stuff on the card because he still has the high defensive work rate while working with a 97 for stamina, which obviously is very nice. Strength, aggression, and jumping is low, so when it comes to physical capabilities in the game, he's not necessarily going to feel the best in regards to that, right? But that's what helps him out in regards to his explosiveness. In game, we'll be using him in the right center mid position on different types of instructions: stay back, only balance, just to see what he's like, basically pushing forward and coming back. So yeah, we'll see what the card is like in game. Hopefully he's decent. Oh, he's got Sanchez. He's got Sanchez, mate. Oh, all right. He might dust my. Oh my, again, dude. When will this end? Pedri with the defensive play. Kick it out. Thank you, Pedri. That was the best pass I ever did in my life, even though it was totally a failed time shot. That was so jammy. I don't even know what just happened right there. No idea. Nice. Nicely done. Well-weighted pass by Pedri there too. Wow. That free kick? Dude, Pedri has no free kick stats, and he still scored that. Well, he didn't score it, but he got it to a point where he would have to block it, or I think he blocked it with a defender. It's hard to tell because the free kick animation is kind of weird. I don't like it that much because you can't really see the full thing, but you know, you got the deflection at least. Well-weighted pass. Passes it off with a weak foot. Oi! Hey, I'll take another free kick, man. I don't get them that often. When I needed it for David Beckham, nothing. When I needed it for these cards, all the free kicks in the world, my G. All of them. I'm gonna do it like right here. It's a lot of curve I'm gonna need. That's not bad. Yeah, that one's a more generic one. That's too far for his free kick stats to work out there, you know? That's a foul. I ran right into him. That's so funny. Oh, you know how those work. Yeah, you know how those work. Okay, Pedri, a little bit of pressure from behind. I know you guys are going to take that out of context. Pedri the GOAT. Get it? There you go. Yo, he's got some well-weighted passes, I'll tell you that right now. Very accurate as well. I like it, I like it. Ooh, AI. Sheesh. Oh, this guy does a slide animation. My guy, what are we doing? The right attitude today is the big question. No. I get the ball back here. No. The skill moves is always fun to work with if you're using him as the attacking oriented center mid, right? Actually gets a challenge off too. Yeah, I wanted to try to score with him specifically, but good defensive play. Well, that explosiveness part of the card is pretty noticeable. Again, if you're using him as your attacking oriented center mid, then not bad to work with, right? Nice, Pedri. Little skill move to go upwards. No, bad decision. Nice interception. Good job, Pedri. On his left foot, not bad. I got him on the ball roll scoop, but as far as I went. See, it just makes the card more usable on the engine, right? Like, you still feel that dribbling thing to him because he still needs way more dribbling stats for sure. But it just makes it more usable with movements. Like, on a Hunter, I can't move with that left stick. Nice finish, Pedri. Just when they look menacing. This might be ideal for the counter. The pass could do damage. Nice finish. Want to play an attractive brand of football. What more could you ask for? It should be. Yeah, stays on side there. We'll take it. We'll take it. Nice. Oh. I had the loops there too. Unlucky. Oh. First time strike, no workout, my friend. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the Pedri card. So yeah, it was like I was saying earlier, a card like this is more than capable of playing as that attacking-oriented midfielder in your team, right? If you want to use him in your squad and you have the instruction of him being the cover wing, get into the box type for that center mid area, whether it's a 4-3-3 or this 4-3-2-1, that's very, very effective to use. Whether you play him on the left side or the right side won't matter too much as long as you green time your shots. Obviously, strong foot on the strong side is always the most relevant when it comes to this game, but if you wanted to play him in the other area, you definitely could if you really wanted to. I would suggest just using him in that way. Don't use him as a player that is going to be, you know, a stay back while attacking player, right? You got to give him that Hunter chemistry style to boost his shooting as much as possible, as well as his pace, so that you can utilize the card for what it is. Because here's the thing about him, right? because he's a high work rated card, that is a fantastic work rate to work with in that center mid area. So if you give him that hunter chemistry style for a card that still has some defensive capabilities, that's a huge plus to work with. Another card that, you know, people use for meta because he's a taller player is the Perisic card, right? Because with Perisic, you know, even if you don't want to give him defensive capabilities and you just want to use him as the attacking oriented player, you could totally do that because he still has some defensive capabilities, right? So it's a card that, you know, a lot of people have been looking into, especially if there's actually a Richarlison card that is released in the future, right? With Pedri, it just makes a lot of sense to just use him in that way because, again, he still has some defensive stats. I wouldn't recommend using him in the side areas. Like if you're playing a 3-back and you want to use him as like a right mid and stuff, it is better to have higher sprint speed, higher pace to kind of do that push forward comeback. But in the midfield position as the attacking oriented card, it's totally doable in game. It's not like crazy top tier meta. Obviously, you know, in my opinion, I think a card like Valverde is definitely going to make more sense with his high work rates and his 4-star weak foot. But Valverde also doesn't have quickness about him. He also doesn't have the 5-star skill moves, right? So the 5-star skill moves is always a variable that you can work with for a card that is mostly going to be attacking for you. So if you do end up using this card on your team, Hunter chemistry style, attacking oriented center mid, you'll actually have some fun with him because they gave him good stamina, they gave him the high work rates, and it just feels like a pretty decent card in game because he's actually pretty responsive, right? Passes come off great, just dribbling is pretty responsive because of the 5'9" height, lean body type. So it's going to be a fun card to use, especially if you're working with some Barcelona players in there. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.